So, in failure and safety management and failure management, we can use case studies. Case studies in flood and erosion management. Real life application of RCA tools, the root cause analysis tools in a failed flood defense system. Suppose your flood defense system is failed, then you can find out root cause analysis by applying those methods as we discussed previously, and then you can gather some knowledge from that real life application. So that type of case study is very important for us because different kind of incidents regarding failure may happen in different parts or in different construction, but in your case or in your place it may have some similarity. So only you can gain knowledge from those circumstances because you are working with those bunch of people, those type of organization. So there is a speciality that your experience will tell you more than any other theoretical thing. So real life application, in real life application, if you use these root cause analysis methods as we have discussed in TQM, so you can gain much better knowledge for running your future actions. So steps taken to identify, then the steps taken to identify your problems, analyze your problems and resolve the issues are important for you. So in case of any incident of failure or in any incident of safety breach, we are it is important for us to make case studies and record those things. There is an example investigating why flood barriers failed in a recent storm and taking corrective actions. What kind of thing happened, what action you did took, and what kind of ranking of major risks you are taking, you can determine. So using best practices and knowledge management, it is also same thing like case studies, but best practices and knowledge management is a new concept. It can be applied by field engineers. Best practices and knowledge management. Our practice and experience is much more valuable. Therefore, we have to take these things into our hand. That is awareness training and workshop using RCA tools and field data. It is important to know ourselves, and also it is important to train our workers regarding this. Emphasizing importance of proactive failure analysis. Not everything can be done after the incidents. Many things can be done before the incidents. So some proactive failure techniques you can take into your hand by proper use of your best practices. And as a leader or team manager or group manager, you must encourage continuous learning regarding the failures, regarding the actions, regarding the procedures, everything. And enforcing safety adherence by implementing regular safety audits in construction project. It is very important thing. Safety audits. What is safety audit? Safety audits tells you what action you are taking is right or not. So safety audit is very much important. Audit is done by you, it can be done by yourself also, and it can be done by some third party also. But safety audit is very important. And induction training for new employees. Whenever there are new employees, there must be induction training regarding your norms, your procedures, your systems. So induction training for new employees is necessary. Then creating database of defects and failures. We often do not use database. Database is very important. Whatever defects are there, whatever failures has happened, so you can create your own database. Actually, creating database is maybe it is done by senior managers, but I think it can be done by almost at any level. I can be a good worker, suppose, if I have true database. That means if I record my experience regarding the failure, and if I can give feedback on the failures, then I will be a good worker. So everybody should work in their field perfectly. So creating database is important not only for planners but for every level of managers. So these are best practices and knowledge management. So already I have discussed few things regarding this. Construction safety and failure analysis tools are similar actually, but what tools we can use in a proactive basis. So in proactive analysis we can do these things: job hazard analysis, job hazard analysis. Hmm? Hazard. HIRA, yes. Job hazard analysis. It identifies potential hazards by breaking down steps and analyzing potential risks before work begins. I am repeating, not everything can be done after the event. Before the event, we have to do many things. So this is the job hazard analysis. You can do as proactive analysis. Then FMEA, failure mode and their effects. Failure mode FMEA, we have already discussed. It can be done as a proactive basis. FMEA, failure mode effect analysis. Regarding failure mode effect analysis and JHA, I have supplied the notes. There you will get the in details. If you are interested, okay. Then incident investigations. Incident investigations. These tools can be used in incident investigations. That means one incident is happening, so you can use these techniques. 5 whys, fishbone diagrams after it has happened, and identifying the underlying causes of accidents or failures. Okay, incidents reporting system allows systematic recording and analysis of safety incidents. Systematic recording. For systematic recording, you can, that means for creating a database, you can use any Excel sheet, you can use any good systematic notebooks for recording your data. It will help you more in similar incidents. So in case of there are other tools, this can be used in safety and failure analysis. Pareto chart can be used for data analysis. We have already discussed Pareto chart to eliminate the bad contractors, to eliminate the bad things out of this. Pareto charts you can do. Safety dashboard, visual representation of safety key safety metrics to monitor trend and performance. What is dashboard? Dashboard means dashboard is a summary of things. What is happening inside? Many things are happening inside. What is the dashboard? In the dashboard, you will get the summary. If anybody has this experience of doing things in Excel or Google Sheet, huh? There you can use dashboard, make dashboard. So you can separate out or categorize different data, and it will be a live dashboard. If something is sensing in the internal sheets, then it will come to the display. So these kind of things we can do. It's actually personally we can do. There should not be any help from our department also. Creating dashboards of different incidents or different mode of failures. So you can make it safety dashboard. It will help you. And other relevant tools are checklist. You have already know checklist, safety data sheets, BIM, building information modeling, and simulation software you can use. These are the modern tools, helps to model scenarios and analysis. In Excel also there are many methods of analyzing things. You can use them. Root cause analysis, actually root cause analysis involves all the things we have discussed. So Pareto chart is like this. This is a slide. This lecture on job hazard analysis, how it can be done in flood control and erosion management. What is JHA, job hazard analysis? It's a systematic process to identify and control hazards in a specific job task. Two things are important: identify and control hazards. Why is JHA important? It prevents accidents, ensures worker safety, and improves efficiency. Application in flood control and erosion management can be done. Job JHA can be done in these departments. High risk environment requires strict hazard management. You already know high risk environment needs strict hazard management. So what are the steps of job hazard analysis? First, select the jobs. What job you will analyze, you select it. Then break down the jobs into steps. Break down the jobs into steps. Identify hazards for each steps. Different steps are there. Then hazards for each steps are there. What are the hazards in that step? Suppose step 1, these are the hazards. Step 2, these are the hazards. Step 3, these are hazards. So a stepwise analysis. Then determine the preventive control measures. What preventive and control measures you can undertake? You should determine. Then determine, implement and communicate the job hazard. Actually, after determination, you have to implement it and communicate it to your fellow workers or your staff or your team. Then again you have to monitor and review what is the action happened after the job hazard analysis. Step 1, select the job elaborately. Identify high risk task required hazard analysis. Example, reinforcing an embankment to prevent riverbank erosion. Suppose this is an example. High risk task requiring hazard analysis. Step 2, break down the job into steps. Example, reinforcing an embankment. Site preparation and survey. Excavation and soil removal. Placement of geotextiles and reinforcement materials. These may be different steps. Installing erosion control structures. Compacting and stabilizing the embankment. Inspection and final adjustment. These are the steps regarding that job. Then identify hazards for each steps. What are the hazards in each steps? Example of hazard: site preparation, unstable soil, insect bites, excavation, machinery accident, trench collapse. In case of placement, there may be strain or tripping hazards. In case of installing structures, it may be falling debris or instability. In case of compacting, hazard may be vibration injuries, embankment collapse. In case of final inspection, slipping, incomplete installation. So these type of steps may be there in a hazard. Determine preventive and control results. Now, after finding out the hazards, you have to find out the preventive and control measures. Suppose your hazard was worker falls. What preventive and control measure you will use? You can use barrier harnesses. In case of machinery accident, what can you use? What can you do? You can train or spotters. In case of trench collapse, you can use shoring, soil monitoring. In case of manual lifting, you can use aids or training. In case of any difficulty with falling debris, you can use helmets and protective nets. In case of vibration injuries, you can use rotate workers and gloves. In case of slipping into water, you can use slip resistant boards or drainage. So these are the preventive and control measures regarding your hazards. So first thing is the problem, then different steps, then different hazards, then different corrective measures regarding the hazards. So if you draw this, it may look like a tree. So tree diagram, we have already discussed tree diagram. So you can use that for this. So it will automatically come to your mind what tools you have to apply. If you have to do these things and if you know about that tool. So it is actually should be in the manager's mind. Nobody will tell you or instruct you. Or maybe your senior managers may tell you, do this or do that. But as a team manager, you will have to think about this. If you want to control construction safety and failure. Implement and communicate the ZHA. Then after implementing the ZHA, job hazard analysis, you have to communicate it. You cannot keep it in your drawer. Then you have to train workers regarding this and supervisors on hazards and controls, and you have to report your supervisors that these are the things happening, these are the steps I have taken, these are the hazards often happening. So I think here you can, if you think widely, you can use many things here, many tools, those those we have already discussed. In this job hazard analysis, you can use many RCA, root cause analysis. RCA means those tools which we have discussed. So what can, like checklist, what kind of tools we have discussed? You just think, and you just think what kind of tools you can use in this case, in your case. So this is not a solid thing that you will get and apply like a software. It is not. You have to apply yourself. Conduct toolbox talks before tasks. Displays HA at worksite for reference. You have to display your job hazard analysis to your team or your fellow workers. Then next step is monitor and review. And after that, your job is not complete as a manager. Your job is to monitor and review, observe workers and ensure adherence to a safety protocol. You have to observe whether the workers are observing the rules or not. That comes under inspection. You have to inspect it, or you have to have a team to inspect it, whether things are followed or not. Only then your analysis will give true results. Update JHA as condition changes, and JHA is not a static tool. It is not done. Once it is done, it is over. It is not like that. It is a dynamic tool because situation will change, your team worker will change, your environment will change. So for different hazards, you have to do different analysis, and then you have to update your old job hazard analysis for the new conditions. Document lessons learned for future projects. It is important, like creating a database. You have to create document, you have to create a report. That report can be used. And if you are following a best practice, suppose you are very good practice you are following and you are successful with that practice, then you can deliver it to other department, to other team. You can tell them others to do like this. So this I have done and this is successful. You can also do this. So these document lessons learned for future projects. This is actually at many level it can be done. Planners can do this. Middle level officers can do this. Lower level officers can do this. Anybody can do this actually. So these are the scientific steps included in this safety and hazard management. So job hazard analysis conclusion is this, that it ensures worker safety in flood control and erosion management. Identifying hazards minimizes risks and improves safety. And continuous monitoring and training are key to safe work environment. Already I have discussed it. This is like conclusion. So now on job hazard analysis, do you share any experience from your side? Have you done it in some way, somewhere? And this type of discussion, not for today only. This is important in your team. This is important for improve your efficiency. So can you think about this kind of analysis you have done in your field? Anybody of you? Can you share your experience, some sort of experience in finding out, in analyzing, in reporting hazards?
Questions, what are the precautions we take? Yes, we did, but not kind of systematic.
So what are the difficulties that you are doing?
Basic things.
Hmm?
Basic things that level we have improved in the site, we have kept helmets,
Hmm.
safety gears.
Hmm. Hmm.
We have only the basic life jackets in rivers. Well,
Hmm. Have you recorded whatever you have done? Suppose in any incident, you have done something, yes? But have you recorded it? Have you analyzed it in some way?
our job is the contractor is mainly related to the works. They have maintained all labor. We have maintained the number of labor in actually safety part is under the contractors. Contractor part. We have just audited they are properly clean. If some such type of incident occurred, then directly put it to police or other people.
Hmm. Then another thing. So I think another thing. Uh, at some at any level, you have to suppose you are seeing that an accident has happened related to this. Okay, it is a contractor's job. Okay, but you are observing it. You are the field manager. You are the field manager, and you have to report to the department what has happened.
Yes.
What has happened? So in that case, the document should be there. It is not that it should be in the. You cannot say that, sir, everything is with the contractor's hand. So I cannot say. You cannot say that. What is your observation? Because you are the observer.
We have submitted for.
Yes. You in that report.
It is an contractor's job, but still we have to. Yeah.
You have to observe.
We have to report to the higher
Huh,
authority
huh.
that
Yes.
incident
Yes.
happened due to this reason.
Huh.
That accident
Huh.
happened.
Huh.
We have report to the. I have an experience,
Yes.
but not in this job. Maybe previously, when I was posted in Steel Authority of India Limited,
Yes.
there a lot of we are doing building works. Lot of people fall from height when we do external painting from house because they don't follow the safety instruction. Then we have reported and make them contracted to provide safety gears to laborers and also find several contractors. After two times, things settle and they know the importance of safety and we keep that insurance clause also in the contract.
Yes. 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 That.
I have imposed penalty on lot of contractors who are not providing the safety gears or
Yes. Then you have to report that.
Yes.
And you have to report that. So how you will report? You cannot say that you have not provided the helmets to them. You have to say that this much person you have employed has helmets, and this much person this numbers of person they are not wearing helmets. So there is an analysis, is not it? So it is a data collection and analysis. So this data should be there in your report. So here, sir, this is the condition. 10% he has employed, 4% is wearing helmets only. So okay, then in our case, in our country, it is not so strict. But I have read that in America it is very strict. Labor very and safety laws very strict. Yes, they are insured. Suppose they are insured, the labor is insured, but the insurance party will not give any money if there are slackness like this. So in that case, what can we do? We will put it in the contract form. This rule that every person must be provided with helmets, or like this. So in our contract note, to the contract agreement to the contractors, it should be there. or it will come from you only. It will come from you to the middle level managers, then to the top level managers. Then it will be included in the contractor's agreement. So then it is like a total quality control from the top to bottom. So it is not that your document is not valuable. It is not a case like this. It is valuable. Yes. Because it will percolate to the top level. Okay, and if someday our insurance companies also become very strict, then it will also happen like this, like America or other countries. So these kind of things, and many, that is one part as a officer, and another part, I think, as a human being, I am the observer of the distress. So I cannot leave it like this. If you think about quality management, total quality, then you cannot live in. Because it is my humanity that I should inform it. I should protect these persons from these things. So therefore I am saying that total quality management is a philosophy. It is a philosophy of good life. Good life. So Kaizen, and you have heard Ikigai. Ikigai, have you heard? Ikigai. Ikigai is a Japanese principle. Japanese are very much advanced. Ikigai is a reason to live. They apply Ikigai in business. They apply Ikigai in life, human life. They apply Ikigai in children. You see how deep it is. So Ikigai, the similar thing is Kaizen. Kaizen, continuous improvement. And therefore, the TQM gurus has repeatedly told that if there are slackness, then there cannot be TQM. These are meaningless. So I have already told you about Crosby. Crosby, you please refer to your text later on. Crosby, zero defect policy. Zero defect. No partial. So we are categorizing things. This is medium. This is better. This is worst. We categorize like this. But according to Crosby, there is zero defect policy. Zero defect policy can be there only. If there is true TQM, so it is important. So I am again request you to recollect those things which you have listened on the first part. Although you have got it boring to some extent, you see how much valuable it is. So it is our duty, duty of the engineers or duty of the officers, how you will apply good things to your life, to your environment. And science has given us these things, we have to apply it. We have to undertake it. I think it is not like that so far we are not using, so far we do not know, what can I do? I think these are excuses. Every person can be a better person in his own position. Every person can be a better person. So I request you to keep this belief. Then you can use TQM in your life, in your children's life, in your job, and in everything that matters. So top companies and industries are coming out like anything to do these things. And they cannot think anything about unless there is TQM. Top companies, suppose Google, suppose in any other company, they cannot think anything. But let us dream. Let us dream that in our department also this will happen someday. Is not it? Because you are at this level now. In future you will come to another level. And similar person like you will come to that level. So everybody will have to follow it. So that is the main thing. And again, it is very much important to share our ideas. To share our ideas. So in your group, in your team, you arrange those ideas. Discussion. You arrange discussions on them. Anything we can discuss on this? Or do you think that this presentation can be made better in some other way? Please give me some input. You have felt something, yes? Okay. Very nice. Every aware person will feel, yes. You will feel. But can you give me some input that those kind of theoretical things which is not there in our department now can be made interesting? By which way? What do you think? Please give me some input.
Instead of manufacturing or product examples, you can take practical examples. Just you have some lot of things related to fixing a product. You may insert some activity, some works. Example of
Related to your department. Some examples from your department. Is that?
No, any example from any other. It's related to flood control example. So you have also explained, say, you have retired from chief engineering. Yes, you have also involved maybe from your department some cases studies that would have been better.
Okay, that is a good idea, and actually, it will come to take to the field level. The hard theoretical things is difficult.
Yeah,
It's difficult.
Yeah,
But
I know it will be
but
difficult, but
yes,
if you convert
yes.
those examples, then we can relate very.
But we okay, we are agreeing that we have to try. Okay, but I am telling that you will also have to try because you are the actual person, not me. Because you are at the level at that level, not me. Okay, so